What is up, guys? Is my mic blowing this out? Am I blowing out? Let's check those audio levels. I feel like I'm a little coming a little hot. No, I'm good. What's up, guys? First live stream here on my channel. So if you're stopping in, say what's up. We're gonna pretty much dive into how I do some B-roll. Figured a lot of people would learn from watching me actually do my process instead of actually having a 5-minute tutorial, being able to do an actual good almost an hour of showing how I edit B-roll. You would learn a lot. So yeah, we'll give a few more seconds for people to jump on here, and then we'll kind of dive into it. It is definitely my first time streaming, so I've got a lot of different things going on screens right here. So be patient with me if I don't get the comments very soon or anything like that. But let's see. Let's dive over here. Let's go ahead and. So I've pretty much got a song set up that I will be I'll be using. Let me make sure my mic's not blowing you guys out. I feel like I'm still coming in kind of hot. So I've got the song set up. Honestly, I really didn't have a whole lot of footage. It was over Memorial Day, and I was out grilling. Figured I would shoot a few things while I was there. So, you know, there you go. And yeah, so let me actually show you what I assembled last night before we actually dive into this beast of editing B-roll and stuff like that. And keep in mind, oh, excuse me, keep in mind that this is always subjective. There's no right or wrong way to do B-roll. It kind of just depends on your style and how you want to do it. And I know everyone's kind of hung up on this Peter McKinnon 120 B-roll, and it is just that is just not the exact way to do it. You don't have to do 120. You don't even have to do 60 frames. It really just depends on you and what you want to do. Realistically, more cinematic would be 24 frames, and it would just be shot really well. There's a lot of illusion on the internet nowadays that 120 B-roll is this cinematic thing, and it does look good. It looks really good, but really more cinematic stuff is, you know, it's lighting better, it's shooting better, it's cinematic is trying to make it look like what it is from on movies as it is on YouTube, you know, trying to get that there. So yes, I love shooting slow motion. I think it looks great. I think it's awesome. But again, that is not like the end all say all. The same as 24 frames really isn't the end all say all of that's what cinematic looks like. Yes, there are some rules with motion blur, and it just looks the most natural and aesthetically pleasing to the eye. But again, the reason so many people say 24 frames looks cinematic is because that's what it looks like in the movies. So if they shot everything in 60 frames, that would be pretty much what I guess would be, you know, the cinematic setting, and that's just, that would be a little weird. So anyways, let's dive into let me show you this video that I assembled together, and then we will we'll jump into this. Alright, so that is pretty much what I made the other day. We're not really going to get into color grading in this one. We're not really going to get into like crazy transitions. I'll give you guys a couple pointers and stuff like that, but realistically, this is just like the base coat of it, because honestly, I do not have enough time to go from start to finish, and I just talk a lot. So anyways, let's just dive into this. Normally what I would do is I'd find a song, and a lot of people ask that. I can do that in another video on music specifically, but a lot of people ask, what is the best music? And I honestly am torn between Epidemic Sound has really good music. They're like $15 a month. And then Soundstripe is really good too. So it kind of just depends. My phone's going off. It kind of just depends what you're looking for. Like Epidemic Sound has really good stuff. They're amazing, but so many YouTubers use them now that it's kind of hard to find songs that are original, which is kind of a big deal. But you know, what are you gonna do? It's kind of one of those things. Everything's not original. Soundstripe is really good too. Both of those are $15 a month. The reason I like Soundstripe specifically for like bigger stuff, especially if I'm shooting a commercial or anything like that, you can actually print off, well, you don't have to print them, but you could. Everything's pretty much digital now. You could actually get a digital contract that you can read through the whole thing, and you can put it in Dropbox, or you can save it to your desktop and then, you know, have it somewhere locally on a hard drive or something like that. And you can have a contract specifically for that video. And it's not just you only get that contract for that one video. You re-download a new contract for every video you're using. So if you use the same song in 3 different videos, re-download a new contract, put the title of your video in there, and you're good to go. Epidemic Sound is great, but they don't have that. And I'm kind of a stickler, especially for working for some of these clients that you need to kind of cover your butt. It's better to not... It's better to be prepared than it is to not be prepared. So, anyways, yeah. So those are two really good things. If I remember correctly, I think I got this one from Soundstripe. But again, we'll dive way more into that in another video. And I know like Artlist and stuff like that's great. But again, that's not what this video is about. So, anyways, there's your two minutes of awesome pointer, which was honestly probably like 10 minutes, so you know, whatever. But anyways, let's jump over here to the computer. Alright, so pretty much what I do is I find a song that I like. I found this one. I will normally pull up a piece of it on my screen, and I'll kind of... Normally when I'm listening to it on the internet, I'll already have a rough idea of what I'm looking for. I know some people like to film to a song that they're going to be doing. I know some people like to not do that at all. I honestly don't find music until I have the footage and can kind of see the feel of it. And I know I'm spending a lot of time on music before I'm even really getting into this, but that's because music is such a key, crucial point. If you don't have the correct feel for what's going on, it's going to change it. Or again, the music is going to change dramatically what is going on. So I got the song. It's just a pretty basic, generic song. I like it because there's a lot of beats in there. Really consistent. Are you that Peter McKinnon guy? No, I'm not that Peter McKinnon guy. I did just realize I have his hat on, which is funny. Hey, I like supporting other artists, but he is awesome. Normally I'll find a good song. I like the feel of this one because it'll have good beats throughout it. So I've got a rough idea. I'll basically go through and find the points that I want. I do this a lot. I'll shoot way out of order. And I've kind of already started. You can see on that demo that I showed you earlier, I already started to kind of have pieces together. But what I'll do is I'll normally grab a couple clips that I think will start to jive together. I'm not really going to go through all the raw footage again for you guys, just so we're not here for hours and hours and hours. I'll kind of find what I got going, kind of play it through, and that piece right there, it's so short that realistically you could put, I think in my video that I did, I actually had just one clip right here where that click was. There's a couple ways you can do it, which is honestly, we're gonna edit this differently. Let's roll that back just a little bit. Let's try right there. We're gonna try cutting that. We're gonna just take a sliver out. We're gonna bump that over. And it kind of creates this, I don't know how well the playback is actually gonna be on this for you guys, but it kind of creates a little bit of a jump cut to the beat. So essentially, if I bump that to a different clip, it works fine just having this, what is that? Not even a second, you know, of a video clip. It's taking that and we're jump cutting it to actually make it over a second. So I know a lot of people always say, and I 100% agree, coverage, 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 shoot a whole lot of coverage. But sometimes you can't shoot as much coverage as you want. So this kind of stuff, you can use the same shot repetitively or longer than you would normally, and it's giving you, it's staying to the beat, it's not dragging out too long, but it is definitely giving you, I'm trying to figure out the best way to word this, it's definitely giving you an option to make the clip more interesting. And you can tell that it's just making it look a little better compared to if we had this. Let's just drag that on top for now. It's just not as good. It just doesn't look as good not having a jump cut, because I picked this song specifically because I want it to cut to the beat. I want it to be able to move to the beat. So if I don't have that going on, it's definitely not gonna, you know, if I leave this one clip that long, it's gonna throw the whole feel off. So let's bring something else in here. Let's just try that. Let's actually do the same thing. Let's jump cut that. Let's bring that over. Let's try that. It's not quite enough of a jump for me right there. Needs to be a little bit faster. Let's take a chunk out. Yeah, and the good thing is I shot this all in 60 frames. And again, because my timeline is 24 frames, it's either going to conform it to 24 when I export it out, or I can go in and actually slow this down. And it'll kind of give you a little bit more play on your video clip. And again, like I was saying earlier, it doesn't have to be, everything doesn't have to be 120. That's just kind of the stereotype that everyone has going on, that's cinematic. I love 120, I love speed ramping, I love all that, and I'm going to do some of that right now. But again, if you can't shoot in these higher frame rates, don't slow it down, because it's just going to look bad. It's going to look really bad. So what I did is I went on ahead and, you know, I'm going to slow this bad boy down. I right clicked on it, went to time remapping speed. We're going to add a point. Let's say right about there. Let's drag a little bit of a fade out. Let's bump that up. Let's try right there. Oops, went the wrong way. My bad. We're gonna bring up the back side of it. Don't like that trash bag. We're gonna try right there. Honestly, this is the fun part about editing that no one likes to talk about. You're gonna get so sick of this song by the end of it that you're just gonna hate it. So again, let's scrub through. I got some other stuff. Let's try dragging that one in there. Nah, too much of the same shot right there. Let's see what we got. That's a little bit of a different shot. Different side. Let's try that. Move that down there. Let's try a wider one. See what that looks like. We're gonna try the same thing where we're gonna jump cut just a little bit. Drag that over. And again, not getting completely hung up on the exact same click, but finding spots that have that beat to it. It's just aesthetically more pleasing. We are gonna slow this down. We're gonna try right there. Now we're gonna try bringing this over. We're gonna slow him down also. And again, the only reason I'm doing 45% is because I shot in 60, so I've got a lot to be able to do. Let's go right there. We're gonna try the same thing. We're gonna time remap this. We're gonna add a point where I think it looks good. We're gonna drag a little bit of a fade, and I'm gonna crank that speed up as high as I can get it. Not quite high enough yet. Let's try it right there. I'm gonna chop it. It's a little too long. We're gonna cut it again. We're gonna jump it again. We're gonna find the beat. The same thing as always. Find that beat. Makes it feel and look right. Now I know I've got a shot of me coming in here and grabbing at it. And again, keep in mind, if you're doing, you know, if you're doing some transitions and things like that in there, always keep those in mind while you're editing. I know I'm going to have transitions in, but I like to edit to where it could go either way. So I'm not relying only on the transition. A lot of people do that, and it just, I think it kind of handicaps you, is holding on to the transition. So you're using it as a crutch. Transitions are a great tool, and they are there to help you out, and they're amazing, but too many people shoot unintentionally for transitions, and then they wind up, it just looks odd. You have this really slow shot of this duck in the water or something, and all of a sudden it just like you know, the music real soft, and then it just does this crazy transition whip, you know, morph turn into some car driving down the street. If you don't shoot thinking in mind roughly how you're going to edit it, you'll get caught up on, I don't know what to do, which is kind of catch-22, because you shouldn't be so hung up on, I know I'm going to contradict myself, you shouldn't be so hung up on when you're shooting, how am I going to edit this, but you need to kind of keep that in mind. And mostly the reason I'm saying that is with transitions is, don't just slap on a transition because you didn't know what to do there. Think about it, play it over and over and over again, move clips, move something around, find a way to do it. Yes, transitions are there to help you, and I'm not saying at all don't use them, because I even used them on that video that I showed earlier, but they're there to help you out, not to be the fix-all, need-all, you know, Bible to everything. It's not meant to be like that. So anyways, back to what I was saying. Let me cut back over here so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So let's play this from the beginning so I can feel what I got going on. I like that right there. And I know I'm gonna get comments where people are saying, you said you don't have to do slow-mo and you're doing slow-mo. Yeah, I know that, but I shot this specifically intended to speed ramp and slow-mo. So there's a difference from shooting it a specific way and not. And again, I never said anything's wrong with slow-mo or anything like that. I'm just saying it's not the ground all be all, has to be it. If it's not slow-mo, it's not cinematic. Okay? We're gonna go right there. Cut right there. Where you can see that flame right there, so we're gonna go right there. Yeah, I like that. So now we got the grill open, so I'm really not gonna try to rely on too many of those extra shots I have of it. I do have me walking up to it, so again, we can use that, which I believe I did in the first one. But we're gonna try without it. We're gonna try saving that for later, where we can actually, we're just gonna reverse it to kind of play with that, because I'm not really moving, but the camera's moving, so it's kind of a nice little fake out right there. So let's see what we got going on. We got some burgers on the grill. Slow that down so we can see that flame. Try right there. Finding that beat. Let's move that change down to the end for now. And I like that because the flame is still up like it is on the other. I actually think we're gonna reverse that. We're gonna try that right there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. See what else we got. We got an above shot. We might actually try, see, this is what I'm saying with trial and error. We actually might try, let's try moving these down for just a second, and let's bring that in. let's just see what that looks like, because I like the overhead shot, but I don't want to play it after this because this is kind of ending the hamburgers. So let's see what this looks like. Let's try this. Sometimes you just gotta jiggle things around and see what it looks like. That looks pretty good. Yeah. That looks pretty good. So now I know we definitely don't need that because we got a crap ton of hamburger. So let's see what else we got. I got the sun peeking over the neighborhood. Probably won't need that. I got this. I got a couple different shots of that. Actually, I think I like that. We're gonna set our out point there, set our end point right there. Let's drag that in. Let's do the same thing. Let's slow that down and reverse it so I can speed ramp it. I do like that. We're gonna try something. So let's save this before anything happens. I have autosave set, but let's save that anyways, just in case. Yeah, I'm working on making sure those hamburgers are done. The funny story, speaking about those hamburgers. So, I'm not the most amazing grill all, be all guy, and somehow our thermometer went away, and my mom was supposed to bring one so I could make sure that they were done, because I'm just not that kind of guy. And of course the one she brought was broke. It wasn't broke when it was at her house, but it was broke when it got to our house. So it wound up, some of the hamburgers, most of them were done, except for the one that I gave my wife. So, I mean, my Polish sausages were done, but you know, that's just because they were mine and I was worried about it. But anyways, let me, so that looks fine blending from those two, but I want to try, we're going to go up in here in the effects control. I want to try, let's see how many frames back I am. I want to try one thing. Let's see, how far do you go past? That goes pretty far. So let's try. There's a couple different ways I could do this where I'm gonna either mask it out or there's a couple different ways I could do this. Try right there. Let's just drop a keyframe, scale and position. Let's move over to there where I know it's going to be the end of it. Actually, I need to drop a keyframe for rotation too. Okay, let's rotate you like this. Let's zoom you in. Definitely not zoomed in enough there. That one. We're gonna try there. Position, we're gonna do there. We're gonna go back. We're gonna zoom in. And I'm gonna move you up a little bit. Yeah, that looks cool. There's a couple different ways you could honestly do that. Hey, Burke made it. There's a couple different ways you could do that, but realistically, I kind of saw the black, and I just wanted to pull that black through there. You could even speed ramp it to make it a little faster, but we're just gonna let that be as it is. We're gonna try. We are gonna speed ramp though right here. Let's add a point. Let's drag you out. Oh, wrong way. Let's slow you down. Oops. Forgot you are in reverse. I actually think I would prefer to jump cut you instead of that. Let's try that. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I think that works. Yeah. I do have to say, I'm surprised how well this is playing over. With the streaming and everything, I'm not gonna lie. It is, it's actually working pretty well. Alright, so I really only have 15 seconds. I didn't want to do something that was too long because anyone that's edited anything like this knows how time consuming this can be. It kind of cracks me up sometimes when I see people complaining that they edited their video. I'm like, good God, it took me like 2 hours to edit that mug. And I'm like, yeah, I spend way more than 2 hours, but that's because I'm kind of a perfectionist. So I like to constantly go through and play it over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm honestly barreling through this pretty fast, just to kind of, just for the video, to be honest with you. This is realistically how I would do some of this, but it can take hours depending on what you're needing. It can take hours and hours and hours and hours. So let's see, we got a few more seconds left. I like that. That's a good long chunk. Oh yeah, we got them nice little Polish hot dogs I had, which were freaking phenomenal, by the way. They were pineapple brats, and they were awesome. I don't like how I linger there for a minute though. Let's try doing that. Let's try that. What else we got? Oh, we got my ugly face right there. Let's try. Yeah, like that. That's what drugs do to you, children, right there. Let's slow that bad boy down. We'll speed ramp it back up at the end. Let's try changing that time. Oh man. Let's try let's see what I want to do. Man, there's so many things I gotta look at and keep monitoring, and the more people that hop on here, I'm like, oh my god, I can't look everywhere. Let's actually do a super short one. Let's speed that back up. Actually, we don't want to go too fast. Let's just go back to 100. What are you at? You're at oh no, you are at 100. I need to bring you back up to 145. Let's try that. I do like that abrupt kind of cut sometimes. I know I've got some more of me. Let's do the looking up from the grill. Let's actually swap you bad boys. Oops, messing up right here, guys. Let's let me zoom in there. I can't even see what I'm doing. Let's swap you guys right here. Let's change those two right there. Let's see what this looks like. Let's drag you there. Nope. There's that hit I was looking for. I actually think it looks better there. Cutting it short. Now let's try dragging in that sun. Let's see what I got going on. Let's try there to there. We're gonna try reversing that mug again. Again, sometimes when you can reverse things and make it look a lot better, as long as you don't have like a car or something like that going by, you know. Let's try right there. Ooh, that was a shaky shot. See if I have a better one of that. Do not think I do. Ooh, we got a man with his shirt off back there. That's sexy. That looks a little bit better right there. Let's do in. Oops. Let's do out. In. Right there. That looks a little better. This fence is like just at my head level. And sometimes you do not get the best results when you're holding the camera up that high. You know what? I think I completely forgot to reverse that. Yep, I did. There we go. Let's, where is that shot that we found earlier with my feet? Where are you at, feet? I know you're there. There they are, right there. We'll drag those in right there. And again, we're gonna reverse that mug. Actually, I think we're gonna reverse these two. Let's try this. Let's try bringing you there. You there. Well, that just looked terrible. I'm not gonna lie. Let's bring you right back here. I think that's gonna be our shot right there. That makes a little more sense. I didn't want you to play. Stop it. That to me makes a little more sense. I don't know what just happened there. There we go. Now again, keep in mind this is, like I said earlier, I'm not going through and coloring all this right now. That is a whole nother video in itself. Because you can definitely tell. Let me actually mute that so we don't have to keep hearing me scrub through that. You can definitely tell from there to there, the sun is way different. The white balance was the same throughout it. I had a variable ND filter, but when the sun was going down, I want to say I think it was like 8 o'clock or something like that when I was doing this, so I didn't have a whole lot of time left to actually do it. And I was grilling at the same time. I mean, the food turned out okay, I'm not gonna lie, but it was not the most amazing. I just need to do it more, you know. But it did, you can tell the difference between the sunlight just changing throughout the day. I mean, it was just one of those times, like, I think this, literally, I just started the smoker, or the charcoal. It was just lighting. So you could tell the sun was relatively up high, because all these are still closed. So I'm just getting those things ready to go. This was pretty much when it was about ready to go here, and the sun is, the last little bit is left. But anyways, yeah, so let me go over a couple tips and tricks with you guys. Let me actually, let's see how bad this would actually take to render while I'm streaming. See if my computer don't blow up. No, actually not too bad at all. I know it's gonna start playing, so let's cut over to me. So, hey guys, how you doing? Leave me a comment. Let me know how it's going while I'm waiting on my computer to render. I see we got a couple people in here. If you guys have not, because I gotta return that favor. Stop playing, computer. I'm in the middle of a spiel right here. If you guys have not checked out Bert Cullen's channel is really good. Go check it out. He doesn't have like a second name for it. Oh, nice. He doesn't have a second name, so he's not quite as cool. So you can't be like Josh Haynes Film Form. So they don't really go together. It's just like Burke. It's just no. I'm just giving him crap. No, he's really good. His style is amazing. Definitely check him out. Go subscribe to him if you haven't already. He is doing a live stream tomorrow. So that's awesome. I'll definitely be stopping in for that. What are you live streaming? I know I got a little bit of a delay, so we'll give him a second to, or he'll type. No, there's a delay for me. I got like a 10-second delay. The amount of things that are going on my screen, like, I applaud everyone that does multiple streaming, especially with two people. Like, that's something I'm actually working on right now, and I really didn't want to say it on the channel, and I'm just going to drop it on Burke anyways. I want to be able to do like live streams with him and some other people to where we can actually like have a two live stream at the same time going on. I think that'd be super fun. Awesome. He is changing eye color in After Effects. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, we definitely need more After Effects tutorials, and that sounds friggin' great. So definitely check him out. What time are you going live? Oh, I got the hiccups, and it hurts. I got a problem with coffee. I don't drink it black like, you know, you stylish, awesome people. I have to have stuff in it, because I can't say that. I was gonna say something, but I can't say that because, you know, I might get demonetized even though I'm not monetized, you know. So 5 p.m. Awesome. Yeah, double live stream would be super cool. I'm thinking about doing a we'll have to do a live stream or something like that. That's like collaboration while we're collaborating. I think that would be super funny. So I think it'd be great, especially because a lot of people, especially with YouTube, like I know Burke does a lot of things with his guys, and he's got people that he works with when he shoots music videos and stuff like that. But YouTube specifically, like I've got guys that I work with when I do filming and stuff like that. But when you do YouTube and stuff, you're kind of secluded by yourself, and you're this one-man band thing. So collaborating with other people, you know, that is a big deal, you know, because you can feel very alone and by yourself. So you have to collaborate with people. It is not as easy as just picking up a phone. You kind of gotta, I mean, I guess you could, but you gotta kind of have an idea, and you know, that's what we want for you guys, is to make cool things and stuff like that, and actually not just be us like talking, but actually benefiting people that are trying to learn new things and stuff like that. So yeah, thanks, man. It's my Star Wars shirt. Yep. Can't see the chubbiness that's down here, you know. That's it's below the desk. It's that dad bod been working on for like almost 10 years. Jesus. Anyways, all right, before the stream gets a little too long, let me jump back over here real quick and show you guys. Boom. All right, so I got that mug rendered out. Let me unmute that. It looks like the sound's picking up relatively well from it coming off my monitor to you guys, so hopefully you can kind of hear it. I don't know. Yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty nice. Okay, so let me show you real quick. Let me jump over here. This is what I made yesterday. You can definitely tell I went really stylized with some coloring. It's just what I was kind of feeling. I was just pushing that extra little golden hour look. Definitely got some greenish blue in the shadows. But that's again with the lead on it. That's the same thing. This is without it. I do love that and hate it at the same time. Any of you Adobe users, I love that you can shut off your LUTs, but it cracks me up that it makes you have to re-render if you want to watch it without it. Like, I don't understand that whatsoever. I've had some programs where they will actually, like, once you do that and go back, it's like, nope, you have to re-render it, and which is retarded. I think Final Cut like 7 back in the day did that, and it was terrible. But anyways, this is what I did earlier. Let me play that actually for you guys one more time, because I played it pretty early on, and you guys can see what I'm talking about. So it's a little bit fuller. Let me play that for you real quick. You can definitely see the color balance. Oh, poor Burke never actually renders until export. Oh, dude, like, you got balls, man. Doesn't it make it take longer, though? Like, I used to not be a believer that rendering it takes longer. Like, I used to think if I didn't render it before I exported it, it would take longer when I exported it. I'm not actually 100% sure. But it is definitely, I don't know, I'm getting distracted by the comments, to be honest with you. Yes, I don't know how you do that without rendering it whatsoever before you export it, dude. I'm so OCD though, that would freak me out. So all right, let me show you real quick. That one is clearly, I spent a little bit more time tweaking this one. Let me come back over here so you guys can see. I definitely spent way more time editing this one. And that was my other point. So, transitions, like I was saying earlier, can help your video. Yes, and they're an amazing tool. But don't get so hung up on them that they don't, definitely don't get hung up on them where it doesn't make your video look good without them. Like this same video that I just played for you, of course it's not colored, it still gets across the same point that I'm trying to say. Like, transitions are awesome, it does a great thing, but don't get hung up on it if you don't have transitions. You should be able to cut something without transitions. Because I feel like transitions, which are awesome, and I'm guilty of it, and I love transitions. Transitions are very trendy. So it's like when you watch an 80s movie and you look back and you see someone wearing these clothes and you're like, wow, that is definitely an 80s movie, or that's definitely a 90s era, you know, or that's a specific thing. Transitions are kind of that way, so don't get hung up on them too much that you only rely on them, because you don't want, I mean, I'm sure we're going to look back on videos and go, wow, that was terrible, or that was that specific time, because it's just part of it. But my whole point for that whole spiel of God knows how long I've been talking about it is transitions are awesome. Just don't get hung up on them to where you don't, you rely on them too much. You should be able to cut something without transitions. If you can learn to cut something without transitions, then when you add transitions, it's just adding that extra cherry on top. You should be able to make ice cream without the cherry first. So if you're beginning and you're definitely starting off, just ignore transitions. Make your own. Speed ramping alone changes things like so much. And a lot of these, I'm not even bumping up speed transitions to the others. Like this one, I honestly didn't even line up to the best one. I should have done another spinning like that, like I think I have in the other one. But again, it gets the point across. So back to, let me check the questions. Definitely takes longer. However, with the new computer, I don't have much of a problem. Nice. Yeah, I'll have to do like a test or something when I'm just in the need of learning something. Because I guess it just depends how many effects you got on it, you know. That 360 transition is dope. Yeah, so I'm going to do a whole video specifically on these transitions and stuff. And I will definitely let you guys in on some of the secret sauce, you should say. They're pretty banging. And that brings me to my last point that I want to hit up real quick on this video. And again, I want to do a way more in-depth review about stuff, like in-depth tutorial about it. Sound effects are a huge thing. Huge thing. That same video, right, this one, it's not as good without those sound effects. Compared to if I add the sound effects, you can hear the lawnmower in the background, you can hear a little bit of the birds, you can hear these swooshes. There's a tiny, like, creak. That was this, like, jail metal door or something. Like, this grill is brand spanking new, but it just needed something right there when I opened it to give it, like, that emphasis. And that is definitely something you need to do. And then, like, adding the fire, it pushes it. Same thing with these transitions. Lawnmower, and just bringing out the last little swoosh. A couple things that'll help you guys out that I'll just hit on real quick, and then I'll do a better video on later. If you have not already, Peter McKinnon dropped it's kind of ironic that I'm wearing his hat. I just realized I didn't even bring you guys back over to the computer. I'm so sorry. You know, having these sound effects laid out of it, it's going to make a difference. If you haven't already, check out Peter McKinnon's his sound effects are great. I think he just had them on sale, to be honest with you, but still, they're like under 20 bucks. They're awesome, like awesome. He's got a lot of really great whooshes. I know you probably can't hear that very well. Like, he's got a lot of really good things that he's done. And the funny thing is they're all, like, he recorded them with his mouth. So that's what makes it kind of cool. But I just put them in here in a couple spots to really emphasize those swirls, any speed rampings, anything like that. And I'll go in and I'll tweak with the time remapping. I'll slow it down, I'll speed it up. And it really does make a difference. So sound effects are amazing. They're great. Also, I think it's like freesound.org. It's free. It's great. They have awesome resources. You kind of have to like rifle through really crappy recorded sounds. And then you got to go back to, and then you'll find like a gem like hidden in just the midst of crap. So it's kind of one of those, like, it's a great resource. It's free, so you can't really complain, but it is definitely it's definitely one of those that it's like, it's going to take a little bit of time. So if you got a little bit of downtime, just set up it's like a free account with them or whatever, and go through and just find a whole bunch of sound effects, things you never thought, you know, that you would need, and just friggin' put them on a hard drive and have them locally, or put them up in a cloud somewhere. You'll never know when you'll need them, and they are amazing. I could literally do a video for another hour on sound effects, but I'm not going to do that to you because my wife would probably get pissed that I'm in here for 2 hours. So anyways, but sound effects, you need them. Add them to your videos. They're great. It will enhance your video tremendously. It just puts that extra cherry in the top. The same thing that I was saying about the transitions. The sound effects are the extra cherry on top. So learn to cut something like this that is just to music. Just find that rhythm. You'll start to find your own style in it. And a lot of people will say that you will mimic people a lot, which is, again, ironic that I'm wearing a Peter McKinnon hat. I think when I first started doing YouTube videos, I was probably mimicking a lot of guys that ooh, that scared me. My diffusion paper fell and scared the bejesus out of me. That's gonna be funny to watch back. I would mimic a lot of the guys that I really enjoy on YouTube. And then eventually I found my own style. You kind of just start siphoning through and finding your own style, and that's something that you'll do. So it's okay if some of your first videos look a lot like other people's, and 9 out of 10 times the people that are saying those comments are the ones that can't edit to save their life, or they're just a dick. So they will just find anything to troll you. But again, find something that, you know, the basic steps, just be able to edit to music, you know, find that beat, find something that is just, it'll work, because the whole point is telling your story. Yeah, I mean, finding it, telling your story, again, like I said earlier, it doesn't matter if it's shot in 120, it doesn't matter if it's in 60. Do the best you can with the best you got. It's just kind of one of those. I literally shot this in, like, I don't know, like, I probably honestly filmed for like 10 minutes tops. It was over the course of an hour because I'd be grilling and then nothing would be happening and I'd have to leave the burgers on for a while and stuff like that. But it will give you it'll give you tools, it'll give you time to work on things. So find something, film it, work on it. And literally everything I'm doing works the same in almost every software that I know of. Mostly the big programs, not so much like iMovie, Windows Movie Maker, anything like that. Speed ramping, things like that's not going to be the same. But you can do that with, you can learn the cut and the basic generic part of it, which really isn't generic. You can make anything your style. You can do that in iMovie, Windows Movie Maker, anything like that, any basic things, because you're able to cut to the music. So that's kind of the big thing about it. Learn that basics, learn how to cut that stuff, find that music, and then you will you'll find your rhythm, you'll find your style. Then you can start adding these cherries on top. You can start adding, you know, all these transitions. You can start adding these sound effects, coloring, you know, like all that stuff is just cherry on top, and it just makes it that much better. So yeah, I think that pretty much, what time is it, man? It's just about 7:15. Yeah, let me cut back over here to me. So anyways, guys, I think that's pretty much it. Really just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of a better breakdown, and I'll probably leave this up on the channel just for, I know most people are not gonna sit through and watch a hour-long editing tutorial, but for the people that are trying to learn, it's great. There's some things you just can't do in a 5-minute video, so something like this kind of just gives people that extra time to work on it. So yeah, guys, I appreciate everyone stopping by who did. If anyone's got any questions, you can hit them up, and I'll probably be jumping off of here in just a few minutes. I'll give it a few more minutes to let people ask anything if they want or stuff like that. Just staring at my own face on the screen, it's weird, but you know. But yeah, anyways, all right guys, so I think that is it for the first live stream. It was fun. It's definitely a lot going on, but yeah, I had fun. If you haven't already, hit that like, share, subscribe button, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Go check out Burke's channel. He's awesome. There'll be some great stuff coming from him. He's going live tomorrow. He's in the comments, so you know, click on his name. Let me see. I don't know how to add people on here. I'll learn that for the next one, so we're gonna link people and stuff like that. But anyways, all right guys, I am pretty much out. I will see you guys next time. Yeah, you're welcome, man. I'll see you guys next time. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Ring the bell, you know, if you didn't have enough to say already at the end of a YouTube video. Peace out, guys. I will see you guys next time. Peace.